Actually, I became a dad before I actually became a father. Hi, I'm Marky. I am, they are, and we are 4 people. Most of us dream of having our own family, but yeah, I plan. Actually, what you always see on Facebook, my goal is to be by 30, I need to have a wife, have my own house, have kids, and all that. So I plan for it. I'm an old romantic. I always felt that way with my previous girlfriends. I'm not dating just for the sake of dating. I'm dating for the thought of settling down. Every time I'm in a relationship, it's always the thought. I always plan a married life, a family with that person. As you grow older, you come to that realization that you can always plan for it, but it's not always what happens. Yeah, I grew frustrated at first, but then I just accepted it. I met her on our previous work, and it's actually just a simple glimpse. When I saw her, she's always an eye catcher for me because she was on a different shift, so I don't get to see her every often. Every time she's on shift or we're on the same shift, even though I was drilled making reports, she always catches my eye. So I always look up every time she passes. She goes to her station, she takes a break. I think the main turning point there is when we had an entire day of virtual conversation, and we had a common rest day, so that was the plus. We spent the entire day talking to each other, random things. It was just spontaneous. It was like we knew each other for a very long time already, but that was the first time that we had a real conversation. It sparked something, and I took it from there, and yeah, eventually here we are. Si Nicole Manggod, she already had a kid before we met. So before we actually got married, she already had Franco. Franco is a child with GDD, or Global Developmental Delay. So his growth, his development is not at par with other kids. Even though nga na siya, I actually mas na love at first sight ko ni Franco kaysa ni Nicole, because adorable siya nga bata, and it's really not hard to love him. Even though ang setup is I'm not really his biological father, but he's no different. I love him unconditionally. I love him more. I love him no bounds. Like, pinangga kin ako bata. Siguro, my most fond memories is whenever we go out, whenever we go to the beach. Because Franco loves water. He loves water. Like, he goes very happy. Lingaw kay sa tanawon. Magsiya siya kiat-kiat. And para nako, it's comforting knowing that he's happy. He's having fun, and mura siya worth it nga ang kanang travel and all that, ang pagdani niya to that location. Worth it siya every time makakita ko niya nga happy kayo. I try to compliment myself every now and then because I always make it to a point that the kid or my kid is my priority. So the family comes first, always. I always spend time with my kid. I always play with him. I always make it to a point that his health is my topmost priority, especially recently that he was sick. I'm modeling my fatherhood based on my father, so I think I'm doing okay. The main challenge there is because our child is nonverbal. He doesn't talk, he can't walk, he can't make any normal movements like normal kids. So the main challenge there is for me, it's communicating. So we don't know what he wants, if he's in pain, or if he's not comfortable. It's something new for me and Nicole. Usually, if at that certain age, more mo makalaag ng bata, makaduwa na, so imuha kay supervision na lang. Sa kang Franco manggod is round the clock nga monitoring, round the clock nga pagbantay. But bisan ikaw gingana, dili siya kapoy. Di siya tiring, more siya, natural na lang siya because we love the child. We love Franco. I try my best for her always. Like, I tell her that she's my second priority next to Franco. I've made it a commitment that Franco is always going to be the priority. I always try to make her happy. I always try to comfort her, make her laugh. I think that's what I do best. So yeah, I always spend time with her. I think there was someone famous who said it, but it's like choosing them every day. So there are days that you feel off, there are days that you don't feel yourself, but it's a matter of choosing. I always make it to a point that I choose them over myself, even if I don't feel well, I don't feel like I'm not 100% myself that day, maybe sapot ko or whatever. But at the end, I always choose them. That's how I think it should be. Goal is, siguro ultimate goal is to keep it steady, keep the ship sailing. We have Franco, Nicole, and actually there's that greatest news because we're actually expecting another child. So yeah, I'm hoping na girl para match. But yeah, I'm very excited because we've been trying for almost 2 years now. Actually, she had PCOS. So it was that hope kinda drained because of that. But we still tried. She took supplements to alleviate that. It's just like a blessing in disguise that we're the least, or the time that we least expected it, it came. The goal is to have a happy life. It's not really be rich, be stable. Stability, yes, but happy. I think wala rin ma-change because even though we're expecting another child, Franco would still be the priority. Actually, even though di siya mustorya, but I had a conversation with him. I promised him na even though we will have our own child, but he will never be neglected. He will always be my number one. And that I am planning to pursue. He changed my life. He changed my entire outlook of life. Because before it was just like straight. So when I met him, I realized that it's not going to be as easy as it's advertised. Those speed bumps are worth it. Regardless if ma-challenge ka, ma-down ka, or kapila pa ka, ma-dagma diha, you always get up because those challenges will build you. They're the ones that will make you who you are.